All right, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashim Kakodash. Double honors to the Apostle of the Great Millstone. Salute honors to you brothers out there preaching the word, spirit, and truth. All right, got this article here real quick. Comes from The Hill, which gets on Bible prophecy. It's entitled, Iran, Russia reached deal to produce unmanned weaponized aircraft. All right. And that's the whole war strategy. You know, it's a new war strategy. You know, these unmanned aircraft, these unmanned drones. All right, these robots. You know, these combat robots. You know, this is the basically the new technology of war. All right, weaponized. So Iran and Russia, you know, they're in cahoots with each other, and that's, you know, in prophecy. And I'm gonna grab the scripture in Ezekiel 38th chapter. Iran and Russia has finalized an agreement to build hundreds of weaponized drones in Russian territory as the war in Ukraine approaches the ninth mark, according to Washington Post. Post reported on Saturday that Russian and Iranian officials reached a deal earlier this month, and the countries are transferring designs and components of the drones to allow production to start potentially within months, based on interviews with three officials familiar with the matter. Okay. So these robots, these unmanned drones and aircraft, they're going to be heavily used in World War III. Okay. Iran is officially neutral in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, but has faced international criticism as after intelligence reports revealed Russia has been using Iranian-made drones to attack Ukrainian military and civilian targets. Tehran, which is I believe the capital, you know, of the main city in Iran. Tehran initially denied the reports, but admitted earlier in November that it gave a limited number of drones to Russia, saying that it did so before the war began. It does not know how they were being used. Blah blah blah. So you just basically get the point. I mean, let's read some of this. But primary thing to get out of it is, you know, we're in that time of war, and also Iran and Russia are their relationship is growing. You know, relationship. They're allies. Okay. And we get that in Ezekiel 38th chapter. Okay, I'm gonna read through this fairly quick, break it down fairly quick. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesied against him. Now, when you do research on Gog and land of Magog, Meshech and Tubal, it's that land mass of Russia. Okay. Originally, Gog and Magog, Meshech, Tubal, those are Japhetic people, because they basically spread out to their living habitats in Europe. You know, Russia, Greece, Rome, Europe. That's where their habitat was. But Esau pushed them out to the islands. You know. But this is going on you know, the Edomites over there in those lands, you know, of Russia, which is ancient. The ancient name was Gog and Magog, okay? Meshech and Tubal. Verse 3, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I'm against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech, Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords. And the Lord said, you're going to put hooks into thy jaws. Basically, Russia, when they was basically the Soviet Union, they had Ukraine, they had Crimea, they had other countries that was joined unto them. But the Soviet Union fell in the 1990s. And, it was bad economic times over there. People, starving, famine, all that, man. But the Lord brought Russia back. The main part of Russia back, and Russia is reclaiming its old lands it had in the Soviet Union, and Ukraine being one of them. So the Lord put the spirit on them Russians, all right, to reclaim the old Soviet Union lands back. Okay, so that's basically what it means for hooks in the night jaws, and turn them back, turn them Russians back into the Soviet power again. All right, so the Lord wants to get them Russians up to par with, with the NATO and the EU, the B system. Okay, those America and those EU countries, their military. So the Lord said, okay, I got to bring Russia back, bring the Soviet Union back, to its power that it was before it got destroyed, basically. And the Lord is building their armies. It said, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling sword. The modern day sword is a gun. Your air power, which is your fighter pilots, fighter jets, helicopters. All right, your drones, your aircraft. In this case, your unmanned aircraft. All right. Basically, the armory, the war armory. Persia, which is Iran. Persia changed its name to Iran, I believe, in the 1930s. Ethiopia, Libya with them. So those two other countries are going to be joined with Russia, allies with Russia as well. All of them with shield and helmet. They're going to be fighting in this war. Gomer and all his bands, the House of Togarmah, the North Quarters and all the bands, and all his bands and many people with thee. That goes in Turkey. Turkey is going to be allied with Russia as well. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, and thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou guard unto them. So basically, Gog and Magog, which are the Russians, and also the Medes. Okay, because they're gonna be basically a big brother to these smaller countries. All right. And that's it, man. That's the prophecy. So these countries like Iran, Ethiopia, they're going to be doing, deals, with Russia. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Shalom.